Welcome to another infographic instant with Brian Michael. In this episode, we'll be looking at the final scorecard and assessing the extent to which different emerging dozen countries have attractiveness for engaging in shadow banking in different areas of shadow banking. Turning our attention first to market size, we see that the top two best markets are Mexico and Argentina, and the bottom two markets are South Africa and China. And again, I refer you to those infographics where we talk specifically about market size in order to see how and why we made this determination. The next indicator, real estate-based lending, the best two markets are Argentina and Saudi Arabia, and the bottom two markets are Indonesia and Singapore. Trade, credit, and leasing, again, we see Argentina and China. Indeed, we've noticed that Argentina has been among the best two markets over this range of these three indicators. And for the bottom two markets, we see South Africa and Chile. Again, we notice the similarity, South Africa being the lagging emerging dozen market among these three indicators that we've talked about so far. In the insurance and pensions area, Russia and Turkey look like the best markets, whereas in Argentina and Brazil look like the worst markets. And again, this figure shows clearly that it's not possible to talk about emerging markets or shadow banking all in the same breath, because while Argentina lies in the top two best markets in real estate-based lending and trade credit, we see that it lies in the bottom two markets not only in insurance and pensions, but also in taking advantage of traditional banking non-performance loans. And of course, we refer the listener to that infographic to see how shadow banking and non-performing loans relate to each other. On the other hand, in terms of shadow banking as a surrogate for traditional banking, and particularly its role in dealing with non-performing loans, we see that Chile and Russia represent the two best markets. As a shelter against falling equity prices, South Africa and Indonesia provide, and shadow banking in those jurisdictions offers the best shelter, whereas it provides the worst shelter in Russia and Chile. As a shelter against falling bank margins, shadow banking is best in India and Argentina, and worse in Chile and Brazil. And finally, as protection against payable stress, which, again, to remind you, we talk about in another infographic, shadow banking is the best protection against payable stress in China and Turkey, and the worst in Brazil and Chile. Thus, this infographic basically sums up this whole course of infographics we have presented, showing shadow bankers the potential attractive markets and the potential markets to avoid in offering shadow banking services such as those we have shown here. This has been Brian Michael with another infographic instant.